Ladies and gentlemen, the day is officially here. Aaron Rodgers has been traded to the New York Jets, and we're going to talk about it here on Pack the Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what is attempting to be the best sports podcast here on YouTube. As always, my name is Cody. I'm back from vacation in Washington, D.C., along with my friends and co-host Aaron and CK in the building. Man, oh man, we had a monstrous day today as far as being a Packer fan goes. And I know usually I ask Aaron what's going on, but I already know, baby. We had to call a emergency meeting. We had to have an emergency episode because we have to talk about one thing and one thing only, and that is up next on Packers Corner. So obviously, as you know, today, if you are into any type of NFL news, you will know that Mr. Aaron Rodgers has officially been sent and is a New York Jet. He was sent to the New York Jets, and per Adam Schefter, we got the trade compensation right here. The trade compensation is as follows. So the Jets get Aaron Rodgers. We pick swapped 15 and 13, so they get 15 and a 2023 fifth rounder, pick number 170, while the Packers get pick number 13, a 2023 second round pick number 42, a sixth pick number 207, an additional 2024 second round pick that becomes a first round pick if Rodgers plays 65% of his plays. This is a great trade for the Packers and the Jets. This is exactly what I wanted a couple weeks ago. And I kind of talked about it, and I really felt like this was going to be the middle ground that we were going to have to meet at, or that the Packers front office and the Jets front office were going to have to meet at. And this is kind of what I talked about. I thought that right around this time is when it was going to happen, and that both sides were going to be like, you know what? We kind of see what each other wants just a little bit. It might not be exactly what we want, but it's fair. It's fair on both sides. And for Packers fans that are calling for Brian Gutekunst to get fired over this trade, I don't think that you're a real fan, because I've seen all day since this trade happened and went through on Twitter that people are upset about this trade, and I don't understand how you could be. First of all,
upset about?
They're upset about I guess about losing Rodgers, and while I'm upset about losing Rodgers too,
he didn't want to play for you anyway.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't want to play for us. We literally are getting the $60 million that we owe him because he's signing, and that's on one of my next things I have for Packers Corner. He's literally signing a contract to give us cap relief. This worked out perfectly for Green Bay. We got more picks. We moved up in the draft. We have basically another guaranteed first round pick next year. And we get to see what we have in Jordan Love. None of this is bad for Green Bay. This is great for both sides. I mean, the Jets do become a contender in the AFC now, in a very hard AFC. Rodgers is happy, presumably, with the new team that he's going to, and the Packers really get to move on and build. Like, this is great for everyone. I'm excited for this.
Yeah. It's definitely a win-win for both sides. Obviously, as you said, Packers, you get to move on with Jordan Love, and you got a good amount of picks for it. And for the Jets, I mean, really, you gave up 2 picks this year for 2 picks this year, and you're clearly going all in this year, which is they're not going to care about that second round or probably going to be a first-round pick next year.
Right.
So you just go all in, which is exactly what they did. So, yeah, if you want Gutekunst fired for getting pretty much 2 first-round picks for a dude that didn't want to play for you, it's a questionable decision.
And people wanted Scott fired for trading away DJ Moore.
Yeah, I mean, and look where you guys are now. I mean, you guys are in a much better place, arguably, than where you were. So, next up on Packers Corner, from Tom Pelissaro, shortly after the trade came out, it'll be a day or two before the Rodgers trade is submitted to the league office. He'll sign a revised contract with the Packers to facilitate the trade and help Green Bay's cap. But everything has been agreed and it's official. He'll be a Jet. And this is actually what I was talking about. Aaron Rodgers, and I've said this on the show, and I feel like I've had to kind of like defend this point just a little bit. If Aaron Rodgers had actual animosity towards the Packers, I don't think that he would be signing a contract to help get relief for Green Bay, cap wise. I think he would just leave and go with the Jets, and then leave Green Bay to kind of, have whatever cap situation they would have had. Now, whether that was just part of the contract agreement or not, I don't know, but I do feel like it looks good on Rodgers that he's willing to sign this and, revise his contract, because it not only does it help the Packers, it also helps the Jets, because it's going to make Aaron Rodgers a lot more appealing as far as like contract and stuff. And, you're not going to pay a 40-year-old quarterback who doesn't really know if he's going to play next year $150 million like we were. But I think, once again, this works out for everybody, and I think that is the big part of why this finally got agreed upon.
So that means y'all get a first next year if he plays 65% of his snaps next year, right?
Not this year.
Not this year.
Yeah, it's this year. It's this upcoming season. If he plays 65%,
Man.
he's the starter. So
Yeah, he's
he'll-
gonna-
They might as well have just sent just another first instead of just doing the conditional.
wouldn't that have been cool?
Effectively, yeah.
Just real quick, by the way, just because I'm kind of on my high horse and it's just been a great day for me. I vaguely remember, not you two, but people that we know saying that I wouldn't get, or that the Packers wouldn't get more than a fifth or a sixth for old Aaron Rodgers.
So
I'll tell you after the stream. But yeah, to that individual, you don't know football. So trade alert. So this is from the actual NFL page, and this is kind of laying out what we actually got, kind of reiterating what we had in the beginning. But essentially it's saying, Jets are receiving Aaron Rodgers, pick 15 and pick 170, and then we are going to get 13, 42, and 207. The pick swap is the biggest thing for me, because that's what I wanted. I don't know if you guys will remember, but like multiple times in the show when we were talking about the trade and stuff like that, that's really all I wanted, because 13 opens up the possibility for a Nolan Smith, a Jackson Smith and Jigba, a Darnell Wright if we go offensive tackle.
Why didn't 15?
Why didn't so 15 didn't? Because I think that there are tackle, edge, and wide receiver needy teams before us, i.e. like I don't know, you could probably see like the Falcons, maybe the Jets. The Jets probably maybe wanted to get him some more offensive line help. Maybe another edge there. Let's say, like, I don't know, did the Titans pick before us, or did they?
They do.
Because that's another team that I could see needing either a wide receiver or edge help.
They're probably trading up. They're at least going to attempt to get a quarterback. Because Tannehill is quiet. I think Tannehill's quietly on the market.
I think so too. But that's what I mean. I think that there's a lot of teams that, we'll actually see in the mock draft, because we're going to do that tonight as well. We're going to go through and do a
one last 32-team first-round mock draft with
Thank
trades, because let's make it kind of realistic.
Yeah. So we're going to do that, and you'll see what I mean. As the players start to fall, or the team starts to take guys off the board, it's going to really limit what the Packers could have done at 15 versus what they're doing at 13 now. And it's a similar situation to what you guys would have had to do at 9, as opposed to like if you weren't picking first overall. It just opens up the.
If we were sitting in 9 right now, I don't know what we'd be doing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it really just opens things up a lot more than it would have. And then last but not least, before we move to our mock draft, baby, all you need is a little bit of love. It is officially the Jordan Love era in Green Bay. As somebody who is actually but somebody who is remembering that 3 years ago yesterday, we took Jordan Love in the first round out of Utah State. I am incredibly excited to see this young man play this year. I think that he's going to be great. I don't expect him to be a Hall of Fame Super Bowl champion right off the bat. It'd be cool if he was, but I'm very excited to see how he's going to progress, and I'm really, really excited that he is my quarterback. So I'm super excited to get him out there and see him actually take snaps as a starter in the NFL. But that's it for Packers Corner. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a 32-team one-round mock draft. Like Aaron said earlier, we are going to be doing all 32 teams in the NFL, and we are going to be doing picks and make it as realistic as possible. And obviously, since the first part of this show is Panther-oriented, we are going to go with the number 1 overall pick, and I will hand it over to my boys.
Yeah, I pretty much think it's kind of pretty much glued in. I'm pretty sure it's written on the card already. I would about bet, just about anything that it's probably Bryce Young.
Yeah, if I had to put money on it, I'd say Bryce Young. But there's a creeping suspicion that I'm having. And, some gut feeling, as some may call it.
Then people don't have great gut feelings, so go ahead.
Anthony Richardson on the way.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The only thing I can say about Anthony Richardson, and that's another thing, is Scott Fitt was on the Adam Schefter podcast earlier, and he was talking about the quarterbacks, and he said they were talking about the first overall pick, and he was like, yeah, blah, blah, something. He said Bryce Young, Will Levis, CJ Stroud, and then he kept talking about whatever. He didn't say Anthony Richardson. That's the second time he has had an interview where he has yet to say Anthony Richardson's name. So could that mean something? Absolutely. Do I think it does? Absolutely not. I think everybody's just about in love with Bryce Young, just because of how he holds himself to such a standard and everything else. Man, the kid's insanely bright. So me personally, I want it to be Bryce Young, but
Yep.
like
Maybe he's throwing like smoke screens, and the only reason why he hasn't mentioned like Anthony is because that is the pick.
But also
it could be.
heard for years. Well, how many years? It was like 5 years ago. A GM came out that got like fired after like 20 years or something in the league. He was like, I was talking to another GM who had the first pick, and he said, I would rather like hit with the quarterback at number 1. I would rather hit a double than completely miss on a home run.
Yeah.
Which would be the analogy for Bryce Young and AR. Like, because if you swing on AR and miss, you're probably out of the NFL forever. If you swing and miss on Bryce, there's probably a chance you get back in the NFL because you weren't stupid. You just picked a dude that you thought was the best.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Yeah.
So, I would get Bryce. But, interesting conversation to have.
Yeah, it's definitely Bryce. Yeah, so with that, I mean, Bryce Young's got to be the number 1 overall pick, in my opinion. I mean, it's just me. But with Houston, they've said it was okay, they're going Stroud. And then it come out that the odds have turned, and now it could be Will Levis. Well, now it's come out that they may not even be interested in a quarterback. They could go defense. I could arguably make a rebuttal to that they may not go defense at number 2 because they may trade back. If they trade back, why not? Gain some extra capital for next year also. So if however bad you are, because I'm sure they're not going to be great, you trade up and go get Caleb Williams or Drake May if you can trade up, because if somebody is awful next year, that 1 and 2 lock is going to be locked.
Yeah.
It's actually interesting you said Buccaneers, because I think that they probably will be top 5 pick next year.
Losing Devin White and then having Baker Mayfield at top 5 could be a little generous.
I mean, they basically have to hope. If you're a team next year, you basically have to hope that like just throwing teams out there like the Buccaneers and the Rams don't have the 1st and 2nd pick.
Yeah.
Panthers and Packers low 20s though.
Yeah.
Low 20s.
Well, I don't want any one of our teams in our divisions to have a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
Be fair. because I don't want to have
I
to
don't
go
want it to
with one of
happen.
those guys.
Yeah, no, don't want it.
But
Don't worry.
it's going to happen anyway. So, do we think that Houston trades out, or are we going to hold this at 2 and go Will
I think
Anderson?
I think it's Will or Tyree.
That's what I'm thinking. I
See,
think Jalen's going to fall.
I was gonna say I think it's Tyree Wilson here. I think
Okay.
that's
I think
what
that
makes sense.
I think they're gonna. I'm not gonna say dumb.
I don't
but
know,
do think
man. Like Tyree
Wilson.
Wilson, I get it. Like I'm not against it, but
I think Will Anderson's different.
can this man really? This man come from the 49ers defensive coordinator and really pass on Will Anderson? Like that could be his Joey Bosa,
It depends.
and that's not a comp. I'm just saying, like
I don't know what scheme is he running a 4-3 there too? Is he
I
like
don't
bringing
know,
a
to be honest
4-3?
with you.
Because I would say this. I think Will Anderson's definitely a 3-4 kind of guy. So if you're running a 4-3, Tyree Wilson probably would fit it better. But again,
Sure. I don't know what they're running. So that's
if they do what they did with the 49ers,
Let's do this. Let's
4-3.
for now. Let's
I'll
just
say
go Will
Tyree.
Anderson because I've seen Tyree Wilson mocked to Seattle more than anything.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I see him going either way. So
But just
I'll
know,
say
if
let's
they
go
pick
Will
Tyree
Anderson.
Wilson, we said it.
yep.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go Will Anderson now for like the safe bet. But if they go Tyree Wilson, it was safe.
You heard it here.
first.
You heard it
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Next, this has got to be a trade down spot.
I
right?
think it's
This
a
has
back.
got to be a trade
Got
back.
it. Okay, now here's the thing: is that's fine, but where are you going?
I think
May-
the Titans probably.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Maybe you trade back with the Titans, and then the Titans take Anthony Richardson.
Mm.
I think it's Titans or Colts are gonna move up to 3.
I think Colts will stay at 4 because they know that they still have one of the top 3 to pick from.
3 and 11, probably take a first next year to get to 3.
Yeah, do both their firsts and both their thirds, and do that. Propose it. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Okay,
Not a
that's
realistic
weird.
trade. We did it to make sure it would happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nobody kill us for that.
we're gonna. Cut
So
all that.
you say that's the thing. Do you
Oh, it's easy.
take the lateral with CJ Stroud, or do you just go for it with Anthony Richardson?
I think they would do CJ.
I do think that they would do CJ if they're here.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
And you also have the fact that they're already giving up on Malik Willis. I know they're
No,
not the same.
Who should have
but
been a first round pick last year, right, guys? Yeah, how'd that look? Bunch of
Yeah.
dweebs. So
Wow,
CJ, we good with that?
we're good with CJ. Yeah, well, we're all with CJ.
Yeah, CJ.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like I know, and I can't. I was in the mix. I was like, what quarterback we gonna take? But to be fair, we did the right thing. Everybody was complaining. Why did we take Malik Willis? Why did we draft Matt Corral? What about Kenny Pickett? What about this guy and that guy? And look where all of them are. The best one out of the whole group last year was the guy picked in the 7th freaking round, the last pick. So it's, I mean, come on, dude.
Kenny Pickett wasn't bad, but yeah,
Oh, dude,
Brock
I don't
Purdy
even
was
wanna
definitely the
get on my
best.
Kenny.
I do
I think the
think
Colts. I think Colts
AR.
take Anthony Richardson.
AR.
They've
Yeah.
got
all
to.
day,
You've
all
got
day.
to.
They've
Shane,
got to. Yeah.
Shane Steichen's not skipping that.
Hey, all
No.
day. All
Now
Now,
this is Tyree Wilson.
day. Ooh. I think it's Carter.
Is it Jalen Carter?
I could see him. I could see Pete Carroll loving Jalen Carter. 100%.
Okay.
If Jalen Carter doesn't go 5, he's going 6.
Yeah, probably.
God,
Jalen and
don't-
Tyree will either go 5 or 6 or 6 or 5. Either way.
I would
I can
agree
see
with
that.
more
Okay.
likely.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Wait. So
Actually,
okay,
no, they're not. Never mind. Not about 6. So what are we gonna do with Seattle? What do y'all feel?
I think
I'm
it's
not. I'm either way, to be honest with you. But what?
I think it's
mean,
Jalen. I think it's
Okay.
Jalen.
I'd say Jalen.
All right. Okay.
Now-
Here it's got to be a corner.
Yeah, I was gonna say here it's got to be Christian Gonzalez. I would think it would be Christian Gonzalez, and if it's not, it's Joey Porter Jr.
I think Joey is probably the better one, but I could see them going Gonzalez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Gonzalez.
Okay.
Will
Now,
Levis.
I don't know, man, because they come
I
out
don't
today
know.
that they're not locked on a quarterback either.
well, and that's the thing that I was gonna say. I think that the Raiders go defense, and I think this might be where you could see a Miles Murphy or a Tyree Wilson. Maybe they're going offensive line. Maybe they go Paris Johnson.
They would have loved to get Jalen Carter.
Yeah. So if they can't get Jalen Carter, they'll go with Tyree Wilson because they need that on that defensive line. So
Jalen Carter just fits the mold of a Raider. I don't know what it is about him.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, hilarious. Well, the only thing I'll say about the QB report of them being out on a QB, couldn't that literally just be because they don't think one's going to fall to them?
Well,
so they're just like, oh, we don't want one?
I don't know, man.
They also just signed Jimmy G to a 3-year deal, though. So they want to show commitment.
Okay, 3-year deal is really a 2-year deal. Will Levis needs development. Okay, cool. You sit him back there for 2 years. You do what the Packers
God,
do.
Imagine sitting Will Levis behind Jimmy G.
That would be hilarious.
And then expecting him to be, like, good.
Oh, God. I could see Tyree Wilson here, too, so I'm good either way. Be dead honest with you.
I would go Will or Paris.
Then
I would say Will.
But how bad do you think that? So this is the thing. If you go Paris here, they could. I hope not. But Jimmy G could possibly get injured. They could suck, and then they could be a top 3 pick next year.
Okay.
And then they could go like
Caleb Williams,
Drake May. Yeah.
I mean,
see what I'm saying?
Sounds pretty good to me.
Raiders fans were low key trying to help you out. So,
yeah.
Like you need to protect Jimmy G with all his injuries.
Yeah.
Oh,
you got to think about what he had at San Fran, and San Fran has one of the best, if not the best, offensive line, and he still got injured in there. So you might.
Am I the only one that feels like? Am I the only one that feels like the Falcons go offensive line here and go Patrick Jones?
I mean, they could, but I've been seeing reports that Atlanta kind of likes Bijan.
Really?
It's Bijan. It's Bijan or Tyree, I would say, probably.
I mean,
like he's kind of Bijan's going to be the same pick for Atlanta that Kyle Pitts was. He's kind of like a luxury pick. It's literally like BPA right now. It's literally
and they've got a run heavy offense too. So
very.
I think
as much as I don't want it to be, I think Bijan would be the pick here,
which is going to suck for you guys for the next couple of years.
Hey, it's better than having AR fall to him.
That's true.
That's very true.
Just don't want that to happen so
bad. The Bears will draft the kicker here.
Yeah, they've got to have offensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know what their tackles are looking like, but if I was them, me personally, I think Darnell Wright's going to be the best offensive tackle in the class. It's between him and Paris Johnson.
Yeah.
I think Wright just has the mold of an offensive tackle, but I don't know.
I can see that. Yeah, let's go ahead and give them Darnell Wright. I think actually they need help on the O-line. They got to protect Justin Fields. But yeah,
I can see it. Again, like it's either like you said, it's either Darnell Wright or it's Tyree Wilson. You either go BPA or you go to protect your asset.
Yeah,
whichever one. You guys outvoted me anyway.
If Minnesota had a quarterback that had the letter J to start his first name, the entire NFC North would have all their quarterbacks would start with the name J.
Yeah, they would.
That's crazy. You just thought about that.
Okay.
Jared, Justin, and Jordan.
I mean, you both said Darnell Wright, so
you good with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, I know what I'm saying. Philly's taking
Tyree Wilson, obviously.
Yeah, Tyree Wilson.
Got to be Tyree.
BPA.
Yeah, it's
screw your needs. Just go get the dog.
So
now do the Cardinals go Will Levis?
No. You still got Kyler.
Do they go like Devon Witherspoon or something?
They could go Devon Witherspoon.
Could they throw a monkey wrench in it and take JSN?
No, I don't think they'll do that. And the only reason why I don't think they'll do that is because I think
13.
Well, not only that, but I think they're looking to replace JJ Watt, and so they're probably going to go Miles Murphy.
Yeah, but they're also losing DeAndre Hopkins.
They haven't.
But they have invested a lot in their receiver room.
They've invested a lot
compared to the rest of their spots. With what's his face? Who was their old coach? Oh, Cliff Kingsbury. Literally every receiver they could get, they went out and got, and they sucked. and they never invested on their defense really.
Yeah,
I would go
Miles
so-
Murphy.
I think
Or
Man,
Brian
Nolan,
Branch.
Nolan
Or Nolan
Smith,
Smith.
man. I like Nolan Smith here.
I can see Nolan Smith here too.
I mean,
I think it's a
between
defensive pick. I definitely think
Witherspoon
it's a defensive pick.
Witherspoon or Smith, one of the two.
Yeah, what's that cornerback room look like?
It's they have that Trenton Murphy, not Trenton Murphy. Oh God, what's his name? Is it Trenton Murphy?
No, you're
Figure out
thinking
a sec.
about Sean
Something-
Murphy Bunting, I think.
Nah, some Murphy guy. I gotta look it up. I'm finding this out in about 2 seconds.
Sean Murphy Bunting plays for the Bucks.
That's right.
What's his name? Like, he's actually like decent, but he gets hurt a lot, from what I can remember.
I mean, I don't know, it's got to be edge or corner, so it's one of those two.
Let me see. I'm pulling up their depth chart as we speak. Where'd he go? Is he not on the team anymore?
They cut him.
Might not
Bro,
be.
did he go? Where'd he go?
All right, well,
Okay, yeah,
okay,
dude,
let's
it's
go corner.
corner. It's corner. It's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
It's
gotta be.
bad.
Yeah, let's
Their
just-
starting corners on ESPN are Dennis Gardrick, Rashard Fenton, and Marco Wilson.
Yep.
I literally have
Yep.
never heard. If I saw those players,
That's terrible.
I wouldn't know who any of those guys were.
What's that other dude?
All right,
did?
Houston. So Houston took Will Anderson at edge.
It's
so
got to be Will Levis here, right?
That's kind of what I would think.
It's got to be Will.
already there. You need one, so why not take Will Levis?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I could see it.
Yeah, it's got to be Will.
I could see it, but
I mean, you
I
could
can-
also take a receiver.
I think they could go. I would say Will or JSN. Because it's like that's the thing. Do you
that's
just
the thing.
tank?
The,
Do they
the
just
thing?
tank?
The thing.
The
That's the
thing
thing. Also,
is-
the thing. Yeah.
The thing is, if you don't have a quarterback to throw to a receiver, then you
That's part of
can't.
the tanking, though.
You can't. But why are you going to tank Will Levis's first year? You've already
'Cause-
tanked. You already had the second pick.
Yeah, but they didn't want. They didn't. Let's say they wasn't fully.
Also, are
they
the
wasn't
Texans
fully
even
in
considered-
love with. Let's pretend like. Let's not pretend like they were not fully in love with any of these QBs. There's not one that they really like. Yeah, I'm over the moon for. So they wait, and they're like, well, we really like Caleb Williams. We really like Drake May. So how do we just? What they put out on their social today? It doesn't sound like they're in a win now mode anyway. You
Yeah.
could wait another season. So
Yeah.
with a JSN, with a Jordan Addison,
I mean, I think I'm just like they're either gonna punt on the QB thing, which I think they probably should, because I'll go. While I think Will Levis is decent, it could be decent. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, but what happens if you suck with Will Levis and you have the
you're
first
sitting,
overall pick?
You're sitting
You're
top.
gonna
three.
pick Caleb Williams,
Yeah,
and then
you
you
can't
wasted
not
the
pick
12th
Caleb
pick.
Williams.
I can see that.
That'd be my
See?
only thing.
That's where I
Now-
think JSN is in play.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I mean, y'all against JSN? I know you're
No, I
not.
think
You
I
don't
would say
want
it's
him
about
to go
JSN.
there, but
No, I don't want him to go there, but I mean, I think that they're gonna take Will Levis at 2 anyways. But
I could
Just-
definitely see them picking Will Levis. It's
Oh, yeah.
definitely a possibility. I just think I got a feeling they might punt, or they might pick Hendon Hooker in the second and do the same thing that you would do with Will Levis.
then
might,
at least,
yeah.
at least that would be smarter because then at least one of them's 28 coming into college, and you're like, oh, if we suck, then we took you in the second, not the first, so you
Yeah.
could just be a backup.
Yeah, they could put
Yeah.
they're a team that values that S2 score a bunch. I wonder what Stetson Bennett got. On it.
Nah. Jaron Hall scored high. BYU QB.
Yeah.
There was a couple other QBs that scored pretty high on that thing. The only one that didn't score high was CJ. I guess he's just dumb.
Okay.
But-
Alright.
I'm just saying, man. Come
I mean,
on, an 18%? Are you kidding me?
Damn, that's not
okay.
intelligence.
All right.
test.
Are you
Not
gonna
intelligence
pick
test.
Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Jeez Louise.
That's ruthless.
Well,
You just kill the guy.
I don't
everybody else is.
I don't know where I
We
want
should
to
transfer
go.
this hate to YG.
You still suck, Eater.
Try to switch your number to single digits.
And
That's
I
the
know you
good
want
team
Bryce
to love.
Young.
I'm sorry, that was a terrible.
Let's see.
Yeah, what are you thinking here?
Oh man.
So I'm thinking a bunch of things, right?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Nolan Smith would be nice.
Nolan Smith would be nice.
Brian
Miles
Branch
Murphy would be nice. Brian Branch would be nice.
Are you thinking
Uh,
offense or
nice.
defense? That's the first thing.
I'm thinking both because
Will
I'm
Levis
thinking
is on the board.
No,
Imagine.
because I'm also thinking Quentin Johnston.
Oh my god.
Don't pick Quentin.
but
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
also
know,
thinking
man.
Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison
You,
would be.
you have been high on Jordan Addison. To be
I've been
fair.
very high on Jordan, but I don't.
Jordan's fair.
The most disrespectful thing ever is to trade away Aaron Rodgers and then draft a receiver in the first round.
And we're gonna do
It
it
would be hilarious.
That's
with the
insane. to
13th
do.
pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers draft. Jordan Addison, wide receiver, USC.
Fair.
That's
Fair,
crazy.
and I see it. Fair, and
All
I
right,
see it.
right here. They're gonna go corner probably.
100%.
So
Give him Porter.
Or they could go safety, and I could see Brian Branch.
I can see Brian Branch.
'Cause I think Branch can also play both.
Yeah, but I could also see Joey Porter Jr. in a Patriots uniform.
Yeah, Branch or Porter. That's my
Or
vote.
Keely Ringo. Keely Ringo's
They've,
down there
they've
too.
lost. I don't know if he goes in the first. To be honest with you, in my opinion,
Maybe not.
I would agree.
would
I just thought about something super interesting.
their cornerback room is poor. I think you have to give Joey Porter.
You got to go Joey Porter then, yeah.
I would
That's
agree.
kind of what I'm thinking.
The Jets.
Okay, so I
Jets.
talked about this before we actually got on the stream. I think Jets go offensive line here to help out Rodgers.
Skronsky.
Peter Skronsky.
Either Skronsky or Broderick Jones. One of
I
the
think-
two.
I think Skronsky
Skronsky.
would be like the more day one
Ready?
ready guy.
I feel like he'd
Yep.
be able to find his like David Bakhtiari in New York. I think that's really what they need, other than like maybe some defensive help. But I really think O line is
Yeah.
the
I'd say
is the big
Peter.
kid.
Yeah, Peter.
Okay. Do we
Will.
think that Will Levis goes to Washington at 16?
I don't know because they're pretty high on Sam Howell.
Good for
Yeah,
him.
but you know,
But-
you get Will in there, and you got Sam, and then they're doing a quarterback duel, and you know,
It just
they
depends
do.
on what
think
my
Will.
man Eric would be into. You know,
The problem is, I don't see him going to any of these other teams. I don't see him going to the Steelers. Lions have Jared Goff. Maybe the Bucks if they weren't already in a contract with Baker, and then the Seahawks have Geno. So I don't see him going to any of these other next teams, and I don't think Will Levis.
yeah,
is
but
gonna
the
fall.
the Geno contract is a 1 year out type of deal.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna fall all the way past like.
I
Probably
think
not.
I think Washington picks Will Levis.
Yeah.
I think in
It
this
seems like a very
scenario,
Washington pick.
in this scenario, it
He
does
falls
look
to
very
23. I could see Minnesota taking him 100%.
Well, you know, Minnesota already said that they're not re-upping Kirk Cousins.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody ever re-ups Kirk Cousins, dude. They
Dude,
just-
Minnesota's
they just-
Minnesota's re-upped Kirk Cousins twice now.
I thought they just freaking hit him with a tag. He got tagged like 3 times in Washington.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah.
It's honestly disrespectful. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
thought my man was just taking tags.
My man's like a Goodwill.
I mean, it's
My man's
true.
like a Goodwill sweater. He's just on
Ooh.
clearance, bro. He on the rack.
He's just glad he played.
Yeah, I'll go Will. I'm gonna go Will.
He's just happy to be there.
Yeah. Woo. I think this is.
Dude, I can see Broderick Jones because Mike Tomlin has been high on this offensive tackle class,
I
Yeah,
can see him or Deontay.
from what I'm hearing.
I could also see
Yeah.
Lucas Van Ness for some reason. I don't know if it's
Same
just
colors.
the Iowa connection. Yeah,
I don't know. He's
I'm
high
saying
on this. He's
Deontay
high
or
on this.
Broderick.
Yeah, I'm going Broderick because he's high on this tackle class, and they need to
Okay.
surround Kenny with as much as they can.
Kenneth Pickett.
With a corner. Okay.
Double dip. Could you imagine?
I mean,
Dude, I do
Maybe.
not want to see Nolan Smith.
Legendary.
I was
freaking Miles
just
Murphy.
about to say
I don't
Nolan
want to see Lucas
Smith
Van
with
Ness.
Aiden Hutchinson is fucking insane, dude.
I think they might
Jordan's
go.
gonna be running for his life, bro.
You know, I think it might be Branch.
It could be
I
Brian
can see-
Branch.
I can see it being Branch too. Yeah, I think it's between Branch and Smith. To be honest with you,
I'd say Branch.
I'd say Brian Branch.
which one of these guys has that one pride in them?
Definitely Branch.
What?
That's what their thing is, ain't it? Their slogan.
Yeah, no, it is. It's just the way that you said it. Which one of these boys got a little bit of pride in them?
Okay. All right.
Yeater and Micah Parsons have some pride in them, from what I heard.
Fact.
Fucking queer.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, he's terrible.
Stuck the tip of his penis in my butt.
Oh no. Oh,
All right, hurry up. We're almost there.
All right,
no.
Tampa. Could Tampa possibly take a tight end?
They could, but I feel like they're gonna go. I don't know, maybe edge, something like that. God, I really don't want them to get Nolan Smith, but they might.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could
Lucas
really-
Van
yeah, I
Ness seems like more of a Tampa Bay pick, but I mean, you think it'd be Nolan?
Like, I think it'd be Nolan.
Yeah, I could see Nolan.
So that what they take her?
I feel like Seattle needs to
Tackle.
do something. I feel like they need to do more with their defense. I
think
actually see them
Deontay
going
Banks.
corner.
That's what I was
Banks,
thinking.
Banks, definitely Banks.
Alright.
Charges.
Chargers need
Receiver?
weapons. Yeah, I think this is where Quentin Johnston goes.
Shoot, I think it's when Kincaid goes,
That's what I was
or
thinking.
Mayer.
Kincaid could go there too. I didn't think
Kincaid.
about
I
that.
like Kincaid there
I
actually.
think Kincaid.
The
Yeah, it's
long
okay.
hair to long hair connection.
Fire. So we gonna draft him another tight end? Huh? Get
Um,
Lamar another first round tight end.
Baltimore, I could actually see Lucas Van Ness going to, or Miles Murphy.
I agree. I think Lucas Van Ness. Fire.
Minnesota needs a wide receiver.
Too bad.
Yeah.
There.
I mean,
There's
Well,
Quentin
Zay Flowers
Johnston.
is there. Yeah.
You could go Zay Flowers too.
I really don't know if that many first round receivers go.
I don't either. From what I'm hearing, a lot of people's not high on him, on his receiver class. What else do they need? Cornerback,
need
wide
more-
receiver.
Oh yeah,
They need
corner is a
corner.
big one.
Yeah.
Corner is Cam Smith.
That is where Cam Smith or Keely Ringo could go.
I personally like Cam Smith more than Kelly Ringo.
I do too. I think Keely's gonna fall.
Send Cam.
Yeah, get Cam over there. The
Jacksonville.
Jags.
Miles Murphy sounds like a Jaguar.
Corner, safety, tight end.
See, I don't know if they need it.
Ooh,
I mean,
Michael Mayer.
Michael Mayer.
Michael
What's his name?
Mayer.
Hold on, wait. But didn't they re-sign what's his face? Evan Ingram? Did they re-sign Evan Ingram?
Maybe.
Let me see. Google.
I don't know.
Let me see.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
They also need a defensive tackle, so I could see Brian Breezy going.
I would
here.
say Brees or Murphy. Yeah, Brees or Murphy.
Well, they still got Josh Allen, so I'm gonna go Brees.
True.
The Giants.
The Giants. They do no, because they have Darren Waller now.
Corner, running back, linebacker, offensive guard. I mean, if you want to talk about corner, Keely Ringo could go here.
He could.
There's so many good corners. Could they just go?
Do we also think Trenton Simpson maybe?
I don't know. I don't have a first round grade on any linebacker. I don't think anybody else does either.
Can you pull up their
Nah.
team needs again?
Yeah.
What was it? Say
Corner, running back, guard, safety, linebacker.
Oh, wait.
Oh, do we think that Jahmyr Gibbs could go. Do we think
If they
two
don't
running backs
re-sign Barkley, they don't get
That's
that
what
deal
makes
done.
that's what makes it tough because you don't like. I think Barkley's going back, but there's always that chance.
Yeah.
They don't like because they obviously know better than we do. So if they draft a running back, then it's over.
Well, not necessarily. Maybe they're just doing it as like insurance,
I mean,
just in case.
it would be kind of fire. I don't think they do it, but if they drafted Kalijah Cansey,
I was thinking about that too. Like maybe Kalijah Cansey goes here,
Cansey, and you have him and
or
Lawrence.
even Will McDonald. I could see Will McDonald going here.
Edge would be fire.
If you're going edge, I'd go Foskey or Murphy.
I don't know, but Murphy isn't really an edge.
He's more of that rushing linebacker.
Oh yeah.
Who? Miles Murphy?
Yeah, right.
Miles Murphy ain't no linebacker.
You said he wasn't an edge.
Yeah, he's not an edge.
Was he a defensive tackle?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. He's not.
he's 6'5", 275 or 6'4".
Okay, I actually didn't know he was 268. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
I'm saying.
Damn, they both big.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go. What are they? Giants. Giants run a 3-4. Will McDonald or Kalijah. I think that's who it would be. Well, I mean, Miles could fit there. Really, any of the edges.
I like Kalijah.
I like
let's go Kalijah.
Yeah, let's go Kalijah.
We're calling our shot right here.
All right,
Cowboys.
Dallas. What's Dallas need?
They need.
Dallas
need a tight end.
needs defensive tackle, OG, wide receiver.
Oh.
Do you think Zay Flowers is a Cowboy?
Defensive tackle right here to them would have been nice if Cansey would have fell to him.
Yeah.
I'd slot in Murphy.
It's kind
Miles
of thinking
Murphy could go there too. Yeah.
that would work.
Yep. Make it happen.
Bills.
The Bills.
You think this is where maybe that second running back comes in?
Maybe
I know
they do
Peter
get a
Schrager
Jahmyr
said-
Gibbs.
I know Peter Schrager said something about like he heard 2 running backs to go in the first.
I mean, yeah. They also need corner, but
I wouldn't be worried that much about corner.
I could see Gibbs going. Yeah,
Yeah, I could see Jahmyr Gibbs here.
Yes.
we
Go
always
ahead and
think
draft a
the
lineman.
Bills are going to
Lineman.
draft there.
Go ahead and draft a lineman for the Bengals. They need
They
it.
need corner, edge, tackle, guard, and tight end.
What if they just go and do what they did whenever they drafted Chase and they go Michael Mayer?
Yeah, they
I
did
think-
just
And
lose
you just
Hurst.
load up.
I think they need Anton Harrison because they have to have
mean,
line for
they
Joe
need-
Burrow.
They needed a line 2 years ago and they haven't done it.
Yeah,
Because didn't they sign? Who'd they sign? They signed that, what's his face?
yeah.
Orlando Brown, right?
Orlando Brown from
Mhm.
the Chiefs. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have, well, that's the question. Like, they still have LaLake Collins, right? Or is he getting cut?
They
No,
might
I think
still
LaLake
have him.
Collins.
More than likely, he's getting cut.
And they have, and then Jonah Hill Williams requested a trade, but they might not have to trade him. I mean, I think they just go BPA and go Michael Mayer. Because could you imagine that?
Might as
offense?
well.
Chase, you have Burrow with Mixon, Chase,
Higgins.
Mayer, Higgins, and Boyd.
Yeah, that'd be a really good.
I mean,
Plus,
you
they
give
just
the
they
same
did sign Irv Smith.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, they did.
He's a tight
He is
end. from
coming-
the
he is coming off
from the
injury,
Vikings.
Yeah, let's go Michael Mayer.
I'm going Michael Mayer.
All right.
We're almost there. Don't get tired.
Nah, too late. Saints.
Dude, they're definitely drafting a kicker.
Nah, Saints probably go
Defensive tackle, edge, wide receiver, tight end.
Folks.
Will McDonald.
Oh, yeah, Will McDonald.
Ooh, that's a good
McDonald.
pick.
Eagles at number 30. We drafted Tyree Wilson, right?
Yeah. Ringo.
Ringo? Yeah, I could see Ringo.
What team needs? Let's see. Let me see what they.
Corner. Yeah.
Corner edge. Then we gotta draft the edge. Need a
I
safety.
think Ringo makes sense here.
Yeah, because that'd be like the one place where he.
Yeah, because what's the rest of the?
But yeah, he'd be like their third corner. Yeah, I go Kelly.
And
Chiefs. Good night. Give him Zay Flowers.
that's what I'm
God.
thinking. You think
Zay
I'm
Flowers.
joking?
Zay Flowers or Jalen Hyatt. Actually, Jalen Hyatt one goes high, but I'm just saying for.
Nah, I think
whatever.
Zay Flowers
Zay Flowers
would.
is definitely the pick.
Yeah, you got to replace your Tyreek Hill, so why not go get Zay Flowers? Boom.
Wow.
This is
right.
100% happening.
So that is our very realistic draft for this year. So that's what we predict is going to happen on Thursday. I think that this is actually pretty close to what we could see happen. I think a lot of we went really based off of like what the teams needed, as opposed to like what we thought, what player we could just plug and play there. But anyways, guys, that was us. Thanks for tuning in to this very short episode of Pack the Bank Podcast. As always, if you want to follow us on our socials, you can do so down below right there. And they will be linked in the description. On Thursday, Aaron and CK will be here on the Draft Spectacular Live. Unfortunately, I will not be able to join. I will be at work. But if something happens and I am able to be here, I certainly will, and will be enjoying looking at all of these new prospects that are coming into the world of the NFL. So, as always, my name's Cody. This has been Aaron and CK. We have been Pack the Bank. Thank you for tuning into another wonderful week. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace!